Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Nicole. If you're returning, welcome back. Today's video is about meal prep. So I did it a little bit differently this time. I couldn't get my videos to upload so that I could make it how I usually do. So we're just going to record one whole video. I'm just going to show you what I made, explain what I made, explain how I cooked it. I don't have video clips of my cooking because I can't upload them, and now I'm trying to post this the day after I did my meal prep and I can't get anything to work. So I still want to show you guys what I did, so we're gonna go and hopefully this works and I can convey my message well. So now I didn't do a whole lot meal prep wise this week. I have not been feeling good since last week. I was still recovering this week and then taking care of my grandson and my husband who were sick. So I didn't have a whole lot of energy, you know, running around after a almost 3-year-old who's sick, and then my husband who was sick. Kind of got symptoms like they have the flu. My grandson actually has croup, got that seal bark going on. And he's very much a grandma's boy, so I knew I was taking a high risk of getting sick if I took care of him. But he's, like I said, a grandma's boy. I'm the only one that could give him the medicine. He doesn't want to take it from anybody else, and even me, it's a struggle. So, you know, the little guy's got to be taken care of. So if I'm who he wants, that's who he gets. If it had been my daughter who he wanted, that would have been who he would have gotten. Even with my husband being sick, if he had wanted my husband would have taken care of him. So he's, I hope, doing better today. He went to bed last night at 6 p.m. and is still currently sleeping. So not a lot of coffee last night, so I think he's on the mend. My husband still feels really sick though. I woke up this morning now feeling like I got hit by a freight train. So great. You know, now I'm gonna be sick again. So I'm gonna have some tea this morning, and I have this 3 mint tea. I think it's 3 mint. Yes, 3 mint tea. I'm gonna have this. It is peppermint, spearmint, and field mint. Not sure what field mint is, but it is amazingly delicious. So I'm gonna have that this morning instead of coffee. And then, let's see, oh, last week what I had left after my meal prep was the egg bites. I never got around to eating the egg bites. Every time I would go to pack them in my lunch, I was like, no, I'd rather take this. And I don't know, I made them, and then afterwards I just never had a taste for them. So I mean, it is what it is. I did end up feeding him to my dog over the last couple days. He got 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, and then 2 this morning. He absolutely loves eggs of any variety. And since my cheese is dairy free, I didn't have to worry about giving him cheese and him having an upset stomach. So they didn't go to waste. What else I had left was a little bit of sauce, a little bit of rice, and then 2 hard-boiled eggs. So now I actually stayed home from work on Friday to take care of my grandson and my husband. That was actually the worst day that they were sick. Well, maybe not necessarily for Bentley. I think his worst night was not last night, but the night before. That poor kid. Well, I guess it would have been the same day. Yeah, it would have been the same day. So Friday night was his worst night. During the day he was really sick, but Friday night was the worst. I literally had to sit standing up. But since I didn't go to work on Friday, what I would have taken, which was the rice and the sauce and the hard-boiled eggs, I didn't. But I did end up finishing the meat that day. I think I had 1 piece of Italian sausage, which I had with some eggs, and then I had some chicken left, which I ended up throwing in a pita with some lettuce and some cheese and some sauce, you know, just super quick things that I could eat while I was taking care of them. So not too bad. So for this week, I kept it very simple. And then yesterday when I started not to feel good, I kept it even simpler. if that's a word. If not, I am saying simpler is a new word. And what I did for my protein was I made a big container of chicken. So I seasoned it with smoked paprika. If you guys have not tried smoked paprika, you need to. This stuff is amazing. And I don't even use regular paprika anymore. I use smoked paprika. I use onion powder, sriracha salt, poultry seasoning, and then pepper, and that's what I season the chicken with. And then what I do is, because I'm meal prepping and I put so much or cook so much at one time and I'm afraid of it getting dried, so while it's cooking I take the juice and I put it into my glass Pyrex, so that way it doesn't melt, or it can withstand the heat from me dumping hot liquids into it. So as it's cooking, I'll take some of the juice and I'll pour it in there, and then at the end when it's done and I put it in the container, you can kind of see it on the bottom, and it keeps it moist in there, even though it's not touching all of the chicken. You know, once I put the lid on, there's some moisture in there, so it keeps it moist. So that's what we did for the chicken. I baked that at 350 for about 30 minutes. Not much, it wouldn't have been longer than 30 minutes, but I kind of do it by whether or not it's done or not. And I had a couple of small pieces, and I think the smaller pieces came out at like 25 minutes, and then the bigger pieces went for another 5. And then my other protein is Italian sausage again. So I'm just really enjoying chicken and Italian sausage right now, which is why it's gonna be my meal for the choice for the protein. And I'll change up the seasoning on the chicken to kind of keep some variety. And then Italian sausage, I love Italian sausage, so I did do something different this time, since my husband wasn't up for grilling. I have a cast iron griddle pan, so I got it nice and hot, and then I seared the lines on it, and then put it in the oven with the chicken in the cast iron pan, which worked very well. So I'll probably be having that for dinner with some fried eggs and a piece of toast. I did not make any sauce this week. This will probably end up being my lunch with the rice and the vegetables. And for rice this week, I only made rice for myself. My son still has some rice left over from last week. I mean, I did make quite a bit, and he'll probably end up having some of this too, because this is a lot. I took Chipotle bitchin sauce, I think is how it is. I just took the whole entire container, put it in my Instapot rice cooker. So I did a cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and then 1 container of the Chipotle bitchin sauce, and it smells good. It tasted good when I tried a small bite, so we're gonna see how it goes. I paired that because I kind of went more of like a Mexican-ish vibe for my chicken. So I'll do the rice, the chicken, and the vegetables. For lunch, I've got the Italian sausage and probably eggs for dinner. And speaking of eggs, and this is why I say, guys, get your eggs to room temperature. So this is after you peel it. So I had quite a few like that. That one was still halfway decent, so I kept it. But I had a lot of them that when I peeled, it was just chunks of it coming off. So get your eggs to room temperature, get your water boiling, put them in the water once it's boiling, make sure they're room temperature. About the first 5 I put in there cracked and a little bit leaked out, and that's usually what happens when you do that, and then they're very hard to peel, even if they didn't have a whole lot that's leaking out. But the ones that did get mangled, I did make egg salad. I keep mine very simple: mayonnaise, yellow mustard. I do the smoked paprika, which I'm out of. Do smoked paprika and then just salt and pepper. I like keeping it simple for the egg salad. And then like the day of, I might throw some onions in it, or you know, something like that, but I try to keep it simple. And then since I don't have a whole lot of hard-boiled eggs because I messed them all up, I will be doing some yogurt. So I get Silk almond milk and the Oi, I think is how you say it. And they have a dairy-free option, which I was very, very excited about because I had liked this brand before. Now this one is more expensive, so I only get like 1 or 2 of these, and this is kind of like my treat one. And then this one is obviously a lot, I wouldn't say a lot cheaper, but it's cheaper. So I do both. And then I've got apples again for my fruit. I did pick up more pineapple. And then while I was at the store, because I knew I wasn't gonna feel good this week, I got some soup. So I got the Oh Yeah brand. I got their roasted red pepper, and then I got their tomato and basil. But I already dropped those off at work when I dropped some medicine off to my daughter this morning because she's not feeling good well, so she wanted some cough drops. And then, because I'll have that at work just in case I need it. And then I've got a couple at home, so I did the gluten-free chicken noodle, and then I have an Italian wedding cake. So not really gonna do anything extravagant. I do have potatoes. I'll probably do a night of potatoes. I don't like cooking the potatoes in advance. I know a lot of people have said do your baked potatoes, stick them in the fridge, and then you just kind of warm them up. For me, it's just never worked. They always tend to be way overcooked, and I mean, I like mine cooked because I don't like any of the hard bits, but just dries it out, and I've never really liked it. And it takes 5 minutes in a microwave for 1 potato, so I will be having probably some baked potatoes to go with some stuff throughout the week. I did not make a sauce this week. I do have some spaghetti sauces if I end up wanting to do something with the Italian sausage, or even with the chicken for that matter. But I think that's pretty much it for this week, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for a what I eat in a day video, which is going to be a little bit different since I don't want to say I'm eating more processed food, but just a little bit simpler this week since I don't feel good. And there is nothing wrong with eating processed food when you're not feeling good. Try to find the healthiest stuff you possibly can, like the Progresso. If you get soup, try to get the low sodium. For me, it's a little bit harder because I have to do gluten-free, and like this is, for the whole can, 1,200 milligrams of sodium. So what I'll probably do is half a can and just add water to kind of thin it down a little bit, and then I can make 2 servings out of that. Excuse me. You know, things like that. But you know, needs must, guys. You guys still have to eat, and if you're worn down, not feeling good, you need to take care of you, and rest is also important. So you know, that's why this meal prep's going to be good for everybody to see that, you know, even when you're sick, you can still meal prep very, very basics. You know, none of this took me all that long, you know, multitask. I got the chicken ready, put it in the oven. I had started the Italian sausage first. I got that on in my grill pan and was grilling it, turned the oven on to warm up. By the time I got the chicken ready and on a pan, the oven was warmed up and the Italian sausage had been seared, so they both went in the oven at the same time. As you know, that stuff's in the oven, I'm putting my rice in the Instapot. As I got the stuff in the oven, I'm boiling my water for my eggs. You know, I just kept it very, very simple this week. And even when you're not keeping it simple, there is, you know, ways to shorten your time. But I just want to make sure that everyone understands, like, if you're not feeling good, make some basics and then supplement with, you know, stuff that you might get from the store. Like, it's cold and flu season, you know, not to mention, you know, every other day somebody has COVID, because it's very contagious. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna talk about COVID. I deal with it way too much at work. Talking about it just is upsetting, but it is also cold and flu season. So take care of yourself. Make sure that you're getting yourself what you need. So if you are sick and you can't do meal prep, you know, go to the store if you can and get some simple stuff, or do a food delivery of some simple stuff. You know, if you can't muster up the energy to make vegetables or anything like that, get some, I mean, they have egg bites now that you can buy in the store. They have breakfast sandwiches you can buy in the store. They have soup. You know, they have sandwiches that you can get. I think it's Lean Cuisine that has panini sandwiches. You know, take care of you first, but you can still plan and you can still meal prep and have everything ready to go and make your life easier. So just don't be afraid to supplement when you're not feeling good with what everyone deems as processed food and saying that, oh my God, I can't believe you ate that. Well, if you're sick, why take the energy that you need to heal your body to make something to eat when you could put some soup in a bowl or on the stove? I like mine warmed up on the stove, but it does not require me a lot of energy to open a can, put it on the stove, and then go sit and wait for it to boil and get to the temperature that I want it to be at. And then I put it in a bowl and I go sit back down. Less energy than me making some chicken and dicing up some carrots and celery and then cooking it all and adding some broth and, you know, stuff like that. You know, in order to make homemade chicken noodle soup for my husband, and I make mine from scratch. So I went to the store and got a rotisserie chicken, and, you know, you take the meat off, and when I put it all in, the whole entire process to make, you know, homemade chicken noodle soup is, you know, 4 hours. So 3 of that is just making the broth, and then the rest of it is, you know, dicing up the carrots and shredding up the chicken that from the from the rotisserie chicken. And I cheat, you know, I didn't cheat, but it makes it easier with the chicken. You know, you just cut up the chicken that you took off and you throw it in the soup, and, you know, it's better. But not everybody has that time or energy. So just take care of you first, and I will show you guys what this looks like throughout the week on what I ended up doing. And I actually, for my tomato soup, there's a brand that one of my coworkers works with, and it's croutons. So we might try that in the tomato soup, but I'll let you guys know how that all goes. And I will see you guys Wednesday when we do a meal prep. Bye, everybody.